Hello everybody, welcome back. CoachFury here. Today with our Let's Play series of the answer in our Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 20 series. We're back here today with the start of the 2001-2002 season, and I'm just having a quick look at the draft coming up. I mean, we're going to get sidetracked here immediately, but I mean, this is the Yao Ming draft with Stoudemire and Boozer and a whole host of interesting players, and that got me a little bit excited as I was setting the scouting points for the season. But that's not the main focus really. The main focus for us is not on the draft. It's on actually making sure that we bring a title to the 76ers and to Allen Iverson. And we said last time at the end of free agency that we kind of swung, and I'd say we swung and hit probably batting average of like 200. We managed to land Ben Wallace, which was a fantastic pickup in my opinion, because it narrows down, gives us that dominant center position. So we managed to lock him down for 4 years, which is great. But we kind of missed out on everyone else. So the likes of Paul Pierce, Dirk Nowitzki, Mulberry, a whole host of players we tried to get and we didn't, unfortunately. So we managed to pick up a bit of a higgledy-piggledy bunch of players. Dal Davis, for those of you who remember him on the Pacers. Jason Williams, the flashy point guard that was on the Kings, the actual title-winning Kings last season in this Let's Play. So we kind of picked up a bit more depth, I would say, and not really the elite talent that we were kind of hoping to get. And it kind of reflects on the projections for the conference, where we expected to finish in the playoffs, but at the bottom end of the playoffs. I mean, we probably aren't going to line up like this, in my opinion. So might change, but I mean, we're behind the likes of Magic and the Cavs, who got to the finals last year, who managed to add Paul Pierce and Marcus Camby, which is just crazy. So that is a really deep team now. The Bucks are still pretty much the same as last year. I think they may have added no one actually. The Pistons have made a huge jump. Led by Larry Hughes Stackhouse, and they managed to pick Ilgauskas up as well, who we did try and get, but they threw a huge amount more money than we did at him. And then you got the likes of the Nets, who picked up Marbury. So in terms of the teams above us, apart from the Cavs, including the Cavs, apart from the Magic really, the other teams all made big free agency moves, which kind of bumped them up. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. Looking across at the Western Conference, again, it's a bit of a change, because the Kings, who are the current champions, with pretty much the same lineup. I mean, they lost Williams, who came to us, but they got picked up Tim Hardaway. They kept everyone else, and they're projected to be the fourth sort of best team in the Western Conference, behind the Suns, who threw a huge amount of money at Aaron Williams and picked up Paul Gasol in the draft. Then you got the likes of the Nuggets, who picked up Joe Johnson in the draft. Still had McDyess, so pretty solid actually. Then you've got the Timberwolves sort of hanging around. And then the Spurs, who picked up John Stockton on a minimum deal, still got that amazing front court of Duncan and Robinson going. And then you got the Lakers, who are sort of behind that with pretty much Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. They drafted Eddie Griffin, I believe, and then the other two kind of just pickups. So yes, could be an interesting season, because I think there might be some significant structural changes in terms of franchises this year. And as we go into the first game of the season, it's a packed schedule to begin the season. But we're going to go in and we're going to watch our game against the Washington Wizards and just see how we match up, really. And hopefully you get a flavour of what I've tried to do. So I probably should have shown you, but I mean, in terms of the lineup, I pretty much stayed with the backcourt that we had, which was Snow and Iverson, and McKee as sort of the small forward. I felt that worked really well. And in terms of the front court, there was quite a big decision to make, really. In terms of, do we put Ben Wallace at centre, or do we put Ben Wallace in a power forward and allow Tyson Chandler, our rookie, who we picked up, to get some minutes? And I kind of went with the latter, because whilst Chandler is probably not the best centre at this stage, we need to give him minutes to get him to develop, either because we might want to trade him, or because we need him to develop and become an elite scoring centre to pair with Iverson, sort of more longer term if we don't bring the title in the next couple of years. So that's how we line up. In terms of how the Wizards line up, pretty much interesting line. Mitch Richmond, Hamilton, backcourt, Patterson, Thomas and Mutombo, who they who they picked up. And Tumbo, you'll remember, was with us for a little bit last season as well. So let's go straight to the tip-off. Let's go straight into the game and see how we get on. And in terms of the bench, I mean, it's quite a transition, I think, for the bench. So we'll probably see how that goes. But we've also got likes of Dal Davis in there, who's going to give us some immediate help. Jason Williams is probably going to give us some immediate help at point guard, because we were throwing some crazy guys in there last year. I mean, I think we had Ollie, who was probably one of the worst defensive point guards I've seen in the game, playing significant minutes for us last year. So we'll see how that works out. You've then got likes of Lynch, who we brought back on a sort of sizable 1-year deal. Well, he has a team option, but Lynch is pretty much a jack of all trades, so it's nice to see that we could get him. Keon Clark as well we brought in. McLeod we brought back. Lindsay Hunter's a pretty solid guard who we brought in. So hopefully the depth of the bench is better than last year. Whilst we haven't added any elite talent, we've added a bench, which I think is going to help us a lot more as we play quite an aggressive, fast-paced, in-your-face style of offense and defense, really. I've still gone with the balanced strategy on offense, and then on defense, I've still gone with man-to-man. And we're going to see how that kind of works for us. So we kind of take quite a nice little early lead here in the second quarter. We've been pegged back a little bit, actually, but we're looking pretty good. Iverson putting up some nice numbers, 20 points. Chandler putting up some good numbers as well. 4 of 4, 11 points, 9 rebounds. So good to see that our first round pick, who we managed to get, is putting up some good numbers for us straight away, even though he's not fully developed. As we take a 5-point lead in at the half. And Iverson obviously with the player of the half so far. So yeah, you can see in terms of the bench, Clark, McLeod, Davis, Hunter, Williams and Lynch. I think that's a pretty balanced bench. I guess the one you probably won't see there, I think, is Michael Thomas, the power forward who we traded for in the draft. I actually sent him down to the D League, mainly because we've got enough experienced players who we can play in his position, and we need to give him minutes to get him some development time. So I felt he wasn't going to necessarily get that with us, so hence why we've sent him down. As the lead has sort of been cut here to 3 to 4 now, they're sort of pegging us back a little bit here. We need to sort of up our game a little bit to get out the win here at home. Bit neck and neck as the Wizards seem to have taken their first lead against us. It wouldn't be the same though if we didn't go into our opening game, first game of the season with a loss. I mean, we bucked the trend with this series with our first season where we won our first game. But normally I have a habit of losing the first game for some reason. But it looks like we managed to squeak out a little bit of a lead here in the fourth quarter. And we're sort of stretching out that lead down, which is quite nice. 8 points now. Just got to keep them at bay now. Just manage the clock down. And we're not managing to do that. There's a pool level with 3 minutes to go. We're up by 4 now. Oh, okay, we've stretched the lead out now by 6. I think that's probably going to be enough to get us through this win now. And Iverson for a great 40-point game there. Look at that. So no surprise he's player of the game with 40 points. But good to see that Chandler in these minutes played pretty well. He got 14 rebounds. Both, good mix there. Quite a few turnovers actually. But good shooting numbers. That's good to see. Ben Wallace, pretty, not shooting numbers, but solid enough. So yeah, okay, good. We managed to get our first win of the season. So we've got off to a good start here. But let's go through and sim a week, shall we, and see how we get on. So yeah, Michael Bradley, sorry, not Michael Thomas. Michael Bradley we sent down to the D League. And we've got an immediate injury, it looks like, to Chandler, who is out for 10 days with mild concussion. Okay, so Wallace, you're going to come in there. Davis, you're going to come in there. And Chandler, you're going to be taken up by... Yes, that looks pretty good to me. Yeah, okay, so pretty much Clark and Lynch will take the minutes. Wallace and Davis will... Okay, let's move you down actually to 75. Give you a few more minutes, that's better. Okay, you can play something like that. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Okay, let's sim the rest of the week and see how we get on. Okay, so a win, lost against the Bucks, and then we beat the Lakers in our opening week, and it looks like Tyson Chandler still has 7 days to return, so we're going to sim another week, and hopefully we can get him back and get our rotation back together. I think in terms of this season, I think we're probably going to be a mid-playoff team, but I'm hoping we can make some noise possibly in the playoffs. Who knows? We might get a trade deadline deal done finally in this Let's Play series to get us over, as we managed to win a nice significant amount of wins there. We beat the Bucks again. Well, we beat the Bucks at home and beat the Thunder at home. So we've managed to stretch out a nice start to the season, and we're obviously going to go in and we're going to restore our lineup. No surprise there. So Davis, you're going to come out. Clark, you're going to come in out, and you're going to come in there. And let's just sim forward. Let's see if we can get to the end of November. That's normally a nice aim to get to. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the Kings are still the team to beat, if I'm honest. I think Cleveland are going to be up there. They're going to be a real tough cookie for us to get past. They just have some real elite talent now, which we clearly don't have outside of Iverson, really. So I'm hoping our team ethic and our team game on defense will get us past them, and hopefully our Iverson will just have enough elite scoring ability to make a considerable contribution to kind of get past some of these guys. I'm guessing we've hit another injury, hence why it stopped. Yeah, okay, so Ben Wallace out for 12 days. And Williams, you're probable. So Williams, you can stay in the lineup. Davis, you have to come in there. And Clark, you can come in there. Well, obviously, something like that will do. Yeah, and yeah, I don't mind that actually. McLeod, you can take some minutes for now. How long is he out for actually? Let's double check that. He's out for 12 days. Okay, so we're going to sim forward 12 days. So 12 days to the 28th. And hopefully we can survive without Wallace. But I mean, I guess the good thing is that as we mentioned at the start of this episode, there is the depth there now. So if we do lose some of these players, I mean, Wallace is a slightly different animal because he's so good defensively. But if we lose some of these other guys, we do have 2 or 3 guys we can just put in hopefully and plug the gaps. Okay, so I'm guessing Wallace is hopefully back. He is, but Iverson's probable for 3 days. But let's see how we've been getting on. So not pretty solid. So we've only lost. Oh, we've gone on a bit of a losing streak recently, but we only lost 2 against the Rockets and the Hawks. We've then been on a bit of a tear of beating teams quite considerably. Before losing to the Celtics and losing to the Pistons again. So overall, not too bad. Not too bad. What's our inbox telling us? So Iverson's winning Player of the Week, and it's talking about Drafty Pargo as a decent role player, fringe decent role player. It looks like. Okay, so Wallace is back, so we can restore that lineup anyway, and take Davis out, and you go for Clark and Clark for Hill. It looks like we're doing pretty well though, guys. That depth is obviously becoming quite useful for us. But let's get ourselves forward into January, shall we? See how far we can kind of progress without injuries, and then perhaps we'll have a quick review. Oh, Keon Clark has suffered an injury. Don't know how he's done that with playing hardly any minutes. Okay, so you're just going to have to come out for Buford, I guess. And in terms of who's going to take that centre bench minutes, I guess you can. He's out for 11 days. Okay. I think that's going to knock you out of the lineup for a little bit longer than that, unfortunately, because I'm not going to worry about putting you back in. But let's sim forward. We'll see the state of the league, I guess, as well. Okay, so we've hit another injury, I'm guessing. Okay, Wallace is out again. Jason Williams is out for quite a long time with a pulled groin. Okay, so perhaps we'll quickly do this adjustment. We'll get ourselves to January and then we'll have a little look. So obviously, Hunter, you can take those minutes. We'll move you. We'll just bump you down the order, I think, something like that. Wallace, you are probable for 5 days, so you can play. In terms of the point guard minutes, Hunter, you're gonna have to take those. Snow, you're just gonna have to play that one, and you take that one. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work, I think. And then you're gonna have to come in there. Yeah, let's go with that. So he's out for 18 days. So he's going to come back on Christmas Day, ironically. But let's get ourselves forward. Try and get ourselves forward to January. But only minor injuries at the minute. I think Wallace has been injured a couple of times. He's the only real sort of starter that's been out. Anton Walker there with a broken foot. Blimey. Okay, looks like we're going to get ourselves to the 25th and we can bring Williams back in. Oh, Tim Duncan's broke his foot as well. Ian Iverson, 1 player of the month. Nice. And then we've got some comments we need to make, which I'm probably not going to worry about doing, to be honest with you. Okay. So Williams is back, so we can restore our lineup. Williams, in you come. You were there. Hunter, you were there, I believe. McLeod, you were there. And we can bring Clark. You can come back in now. Terran Hill, were you? Okay. Something like that, that'll do. Right, let's get ourselves forward into January, shall we? Not many more days to go now. Okay, we've hit January. Right, let's have a little look and see how we've been doing. I think we'll try and see if we can get ourselves into February by this episode. We're sort of flying through. We had that obviously good wins. We've gone a bit shaky, it looks like. We've had a bit of a run here. We then had that is a horrible road schedule. Suns, Lakers, Wolves. Blimey, that's obviously just a West Coast road schedule. Where we came out of it. Well, we came out of it 3-2, so not too bad. We've then been a bit shaky coming off of that. Losing back-to-back to the Bulls there, it looks like. Well, not back-to-back exactly, but back to the Bulls home and away. And then beating the Cavaliers, which is probably quite a nice one to have a look at. Yeah, I know, some 34 points, blimey. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's have a little look. So where I'm guessing in standings we're doing okay, actually. So in terms of standings, we're 24-11. So we're just behind the Magic by 4 games. Where are the Cavaliers? Okay, the Cavaliers are there. So that all-star team that I thought it was going to be are struggling at the minute. Yeah, okay, no surprises. I mean, the Pistons are still below. The Nets are out, the Wizards are out. And then in terms of the Western Conference, okay, no surprise, the Kings and the Spurs are up there. And the Lakers and the Trailblazers. Yeah, okay, not too much there. Let's have a little look at our roster and see how our guys have been getting on. So first of all, we'll have a look at insights. That's obviously the key one. So we still have the best defense in the league in terms of net rating. We have the second best net rating. Our offense has actually made a bit of a step up this year, probably because we've just got more options. We were about 25th last year, so we're now 17th. We're still not league average really, but we're nearer to the league average, which is good. Yeah, okay, good. So we're first in steals, points allowed. Okay, so defense is still the main thing for this team. But, you know, Eric Snow's still putting up good numbers. Williams is looking pretty solid off the bench for us. And Iverson's still putting up insane scoring numbers, which is what we need him to do, really. And insane efficiency numbers, actually, as well. It's still looking good for us. He's a bit patchy in where his shooting is, but that's fine. He's just having to take a load of shots for us. McKay's looking okay. How have our new guys been doing? So how's Chandler been doing? So he's putting up 8, 9, and okay, good. Some solid numbers. I mean, yeah, okay. He's pretty much living right inside the paint, but that's okay. It's kind of where we want him to be. Wallace is 9 and 9 and 2, which is good. Again, living just inside the paint pretty much. Dal Davis 7 and 6. That's nice. Nice little set of numbers for him. And how's Bradley been doing in the D League? Wow. Okay, 16 and 10, and he's been tearing it up in the D League. Okay, we can't see his thing for some reason. I don't know why. Cool. Okay, great. So it looks like we're going pretty solidly here. I'm going to suggest we just try and get ourselves into sort of the start of February for the next episode, where we get to the trade deadline. Really, let's try and see if we can get there. See if we can avoid our injuries. And we seem to be doing pretty well, though. Our defense is clearly the main factor, which you kind of would expect with this team. You know, we have built ourselves around defense with the likes of Wallace, McKay, Snow, Iverson. Even can steal the ball and play pretty good defense. You know, it's quite nice. We've added the flair of Tyson Chandler and Dal Davis though in the post, I think, and Jason Williams from the bench. I'm guessing we've hit an injury. Okay, so Iverson's out for 12 days. Oh, we don't really have anyone who we can bring in there. I mean, McKay, you can slide over, I guess, and then where are you? Lynch can go in there. I'm guessing. Oh, this is McLeod can go in there, and then Jones can come in there. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Yeah, McLeod and Lynch, you can just split those minutes. How long was he out for? Was it 12 days? Yeah, 12 days. Okay. Okay, this could drop our numbers down a little bit, but let's try and see if we can survive that. And Iverson, blimey, our main offensive threat. Oh, we've hit another injury. What have we got now? Oh, Lindsay Hunter's out for 14 days. Okay. I think we're just gonna knock you down like that, I think. Yeah. Let's go with that. So we're still going to go to the 25th because that's when Iverson is back. And we've hit another injury. Blimey, the injuries are piling up in January. Oh, McKay is out for 8 days now as well. Ouch. Okay, McLeod, you're going to have to come in and play those minutes. And I guess Buford, you're going to have to come in and do something for us. Yeah, okay, we're a bit short now, if I'm honest. Got a week until Iverson is back. Blimey, it's just what injuries to the shooting guard position. Who'd have thought 3 injuries to the shooting guard position would happen? Wow, did you see that? Chris Webber broke his leg. Did I actually see that correctly? Where do I see injuries? I don't even know. We're going to find out. I'm sure it said Chris Webber just broke his leg. That's huge if that's happened. Yep, he's broke his leg. He's out for 67 days. Ouch. Oh, that's a killer for the Kings. I mean, they're 13-18. I mean, they're probably going to be okay. But, I mean, that's a killer for them. And I think we had another injury, I'm guessing. No? Okay. An inbox message. Okay, more comments on players. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Alright, let's get ourselves to the 25th and bring Allen Iverson back. Okay, so Mr. Iverson, you are back. We'll restore the lineup quickly, just so we get his minutes sorted. And yeah. Hunter, obviously you can't play. Right, Iverson, you go in there. McKay, you can come back in there. Lynch for Buford. McLeod for Jones. Hunter, you go to the Bosman's rotation. And then, so we just need to find someone to take Lindsay Hunter's minutes, which can be, well, I mean, we can run Iverson a little bit more. We can run him like that. And then at point guard, Williams, and shooting guard. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Right, let's get ourselves to February. See where we shape up against the rest of the Eastern Conference. I guess is going to be the main thing. Okay, so we've got to the 31st here. I'm guessing we've hit an injury right on the edge of January, which we have 2 injuries. Okay, so McLeod's probable. Williams, you're out. So Williams, you can just come in and be replaced by Hunter. Yeah, that'll do. Let's just get ourselves over the line. Okay, so where are we going to sit? Where are we sitting? So we're still holding on to that 2nd seed at the minute. We are just a game and a half away from the Bucks. 36 and 15. I'm guessing we've been on a pretty mediocre run without Iverson. Okay, yeah, so we've done okay actually. We've won quite a lot of games in January, considering all those injuries we've had. Losing just the Bucks, the Magic, and then we've just lost back to back against the Knicks and the Pistons. But apart from that, we've been doing okay. I mean, look, you can see here. I mean, I love this player impact estimate, by the way. You can see here, Iverson's 23% basically of our impact. Snow, the rest of the team. So between Snow and Iverson, like almost 37% of the entire team impact is from those 2 guys, which is just crazy. In terms of our insight stuff, not a lot has changed there. So yeah, okay, we're in good shape here. We're in good shape as we head to the deadline. We're going to probably end the episode here, and I think next time we'll have a look in terms of whether we want to make any moves or not. I mean, we're in good shape. I think we're in similar shape to what we were last year. I mean, we'll see. We'll have a little look, I think, and just see who's on the block. See if we can make moves. I mean, we've got a salary available. We can mess around with. We don't have our 1st round pick this year, which we can't offer up. We do have future 1st round picks if there is anyone, who we really want to try and get in a trade. But I mean, Chandler's developing pretty well, which is great to see. Iverson's still putting up crazy good numbers, and so is Eric Snow actually. So we're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking like a good playoff team here at the moment. The adding of Ben Wallace has been pretty helpful as well. So yeah, we'll see. Next time we'll come back. We'll do trade deadline, All-Star game, and see what happens. But hope you enjoyed the episode. Good positive start to this season. So hope we can keep it going. And if you've enjoyed the episode, you can always hit the like button because it really helps the channel, helps us get noticed. And then you can always obviously subscribe along and follow the episode. And see what you guys think. See if there's anything in terms of trade deadline you might want to keep an eye out for. Whether you feel that there's anything in terms of team structure you might want to look at changing. Always interested to hear your comments.